Shalom. First thing and foremost, I want to give all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Rakakwadash. I want to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone and rule well. Blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect. New is in the gospel, broad, lifting up the standard of Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, wherever it may be. This is a quick lesson through the spirit. This is kind of like a follow-up to Apostle Tahara's video he just did probably like an hour ago. Titled, Don't Expect an Israelite Man to Help You When All Hell Break Loose. Which was a edifying video in my opinion. He was going into some accounts. Mainly he was talking about the whole Farrakhan thing. When basically hold on one second, Esau ass is right here. Yeah, he was talking about the whole Farrakhan thing when basically Esau Edom, not Esau, shit, Salakia, brothers, I'm tripping now, but no, basically he was talking about the whole Farrakhan thing when basically he's gonna bring a lawsuit against the small headers over controversy over being labeled anti-Sem or anti-S. But also he was getting into the account too of the women, on how the independent woman don't need a man, and about how the attitude and the just the disrespect. Jake is pretty much fed up with Keisha. Okay, when you look at all these platforms, when you look at like guys like Kevin Samuels, and then you have the Red Pill movement, basically, or the MGTOW, which stands for Men Going Their Own Way, which is basically a bunch of men saying, "Fuck you, bitches. I'm doing my own goddamn thing." And that's the mindset of a lot of males today. Like it was a video that was shared in the group meet yesterday, and on how this hoe, how she was basically raped and basically put her ass to death. I guess she was doing some sex work. Sex workers is very common among women ages 16 on up, man. Okay, sex work is a common thing now. Okay, so basically it was this woman that met up with this guy, and I don't know the full story of it, but I don't need to know it because we know what typically happens. You got a bitch which is on OnlyFans or whatever fan she's on, or selling pussy or selling feet pics or something like that, and meet up with one of these hard, crazy, stubborn men that's deprived of sex. You know what I'm saying? And then basically he killed the bitch, man. I think he raped her and killed her. Okay, which we've been telling a lot of you women for the longest, like, hey, man, that lifestyle is going to get you in a return of trouble, man. Okay, because the scriptures tell you about playing a harlot or being a whore. Now, that was one thing about women, being honest prostitutes, making a living. But these women, they don't really have to resort to prostitution because everything around them is set up for them in the first damn place. Okay, you got women getting corporate jobs like literally for nothing. Getting paid good amount of money, exceptional amount of money to work a corporate job, but yet they decide to go out and play the hoe, man, and become an OnlyFans worker. Women that drop out of school or college, or they leave their husbands and they resort to fucking sex work, and they get all this money off of it, but then they end up dead in the gutter some goddamn where, because they playing a fucking hoe. So I go on a comment board, man, and one Jake was like, he like, look, man, this is what happens where you live that lifestyle. Then this is the consequences for it. And I agree with it. So I commented on it because I agree with it. I said, yeah, you play dumb games, you win dumb prizes. Especially when you don't have to live that lifestyle. Then I guess the cousin of the woman that got killed commented, and the bitch gonna say some, oh, what that's not right. What happened to her, X, Y, and Z? She was this and this and this and this and that. Whatever it was your mother and your daughter or your whatever it was your cousin or your daughter or something like that. She said some dumb shit, your cousin or your sister. And honestly speaking, if my sister or my cousin was living that lifestyle, I wouldn't give a flying fuck, man. Okay, I don't give a shit about that shit, man. Look, if my cousin, which most of my cousins are hoes any goddamn way, if not all of them are a bunch of low-life hoes. So I don't really give a fuck, man. Okay, because they put that negative vibration on themselves. Instead of finding a husband, being a wife, submitting, shutting your goddamn mouth, or working an honest job, and bringing, positivity to the relationship, then hey, then what else can you say? Okay, you women have ways to make it out here without selling your box and your pussy. But you choose to go out there because you see Kardashian, you see this, what's this bitch name, Sexy Red, and that's a low life degenerate of a goddamn woman, man. Okay, any of you women out there that condone Sexy Red, may the Most High destroy you, straight up, man, because it's a goddamn shame that you women condone that and extol that shit to the clouds. So when all hell break loose, hey, don't expect the Israelite man to protect you, man. Okay, because hey, you basically said, fuck you niggas, we don't need you. We got welfare, we got WIC, we got child support, we got our jobs, we got multiple baby daddies on the side. So basically, fuck you niggas, we don't need you. And that's basically what the nigga woman said to Jake, man. So fuck the black woman, man. All right, and any of these goddamn, and not just Keisha, all these goddamn women in America, man. Okay, and you're gonna find out that when hell break loose, Jake ain't gonna come to your defense. Okay, you've put a lot of Jakes on child support. You've left Jake men to go deal with Edomite men because you thought the grass was green on the other side. You've left Jake for other women, and you think Jake is gonna come to your defense, man? Hell nah. Jake like, fuck you, bitch, I don't want to deal with you. You fend for yourself. And me personally, that's the spirit I'm in. Like, if it ain't a chick that really been down for the cause and decided to bail out because of our personal emotions or whatever, or just in general, look, man, I got that spirit. Fuck you, bitch. I don't want nothing to do with you, man. Fend for yourself. Matter of fact, when all hell break loose, protect me since you miss Captain Saverhole. Come save me then. Get me out of a world of hurt. Be my standard when all hell break loose. But you ain't gonna do that because you women, you're bluff talk, you're fluff talk, man. Okay, you don't have the strength for what it takes to defend because that's not in your nature. Like it tells you in Isaiah the 32nd chapter, it says a man should be a hiding place from the wind. So it ain't talking about no goddamn women. You women, you gonna fold up at the first sign of trouble. I don't give a damn how many arm box or how many Gamoras or how many cross hooks you threw or how many pistols you tote. You gonna get your ass handed to you in that day. Like I was going to get gas yesterday, man, and these two fucking women came in. They probably Edomites or some shit. And y'all know how Jake that work out, they kind of walk around with that pit bull smirk, with the chest out, and with the bull legs. Nah, pit bull walk when he know he's cocky. His legs is like at a bow point. You had this fucking woman in there that had a shirt on, and I guess she worked out. She must be some type of trainer. It had something like boxer on there, like basically she trains. And she had like a Glock on her hip, and she had this real proud spirit on her, man. And back of my mind, man, I'm like, man, bitch, I'll fold you up, man. Because she had this real pompous, proud demeanor. And on top of that, she had a gun on her hip. And you just knew she was proud. Like, she just knew she could whoop a nigga ass. In the back of my mind, I'm like, yeah, bitch, when all hell break loose, I'm going to see you with that type of behavior in that day. I'm like, I guarantee you're not going to have that energy you have when you meet the adversity of a man that's willing to take your motherfucking life. All right, I'm like, I guarantee you the female nature is going to kick in that day. Okay, because see, you're enabled in this society. Okay, you can go get trained. And me personally, I don't want to train. Me personally, unless if I had a profession in training people, as far as in martial arts and stuff like that, then the money is money. I train anybody. Like I know certain brothers that teach jujitsu and they train women, but back in my mind, I'm like, I wouldn't be training no goddamn woman, man. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, it ain't gonna come to no avail anyway. Give a damn how well she punch and kick the miss. At the end of the day, she's gonna result into being exactly that, a female and running under a man. But for money's sake, we train anybody, whoever you want to pay, then shit, hey, pay. Self-defense, hey, have at it. But it's not gonna do you that much good because hey, the scriptures say that the dead should be casted out as dung, man, and the slain of the Lord should be many. So you can know taekwondo, you can know jujitsu, you can know Muay Thai, you can know forms of boxing, you can know mantis kung fu, jeet kune do, kempo, karate, whatever, you can learn all that shit. But at the end of the day, you ain't gonna have no dealings, okay? Because men are getting back to that primitive state. And Jake, for damn sure, is not in the spirit of protecting the women, okay? Because Jake felt like they've been pushed to the side for women's careers, man. You got women that walk down on their men because they put their careers first, man. Oh, well, I'm a career woman. You know, I'm a career woman. This is what I want to do. I don't need no man. I make more than enough money to sustain myself. A nigga can't do nothing for me, you know? And that's the spirit that the average woman has on her today. At least the American woman, you know? I'm on a highway, brother, so I don't know if I'm be able to get that precept, but I'll try my best. Isaiah 32:9. Rise up, ye women that are at ease. Hear my voice, ye careless daughters, and give ear to my speech. Many days and years shall you be troubled, ye careless women. For the vengeance of hell and the gathering should not come. And your vintage is basically your sustenance, your livelihoods, you know, your protections. Okay, because the average woman in this day and age, even though, you know, she's independent, she still relies on some type of male companionship or some type of male protection in order to get her out the hook. That's why, like, when you go to bars and shit like that, a lot of times a woman will jump rowdy with a man because she know that there's other men in the vicinity that's gonna protect her. Like, she can go and spit in your face or throw a drink in your face or smack the hell out of you, and you hit her back, you're gonna have at least 4 or 5 men that's willing to jump on you in a defense of this bitch. Okay, but them days are coming to an end, because the average man today is like, fuck you, man, I'm not protecting you. Especially if I ain't getting no pussy at the end of the night. I ain't getting no box. I'm not for to protect the bitch that's gonna go home and simp for nothing. Nah, we ain't doing that. You know? And a lot of Jake males are getting out of that simp spirit because they seeing through the bullshit that you women put up now, man. So, hey, like I say, if you ain't a righteous woman, or you ain't down, or you ain't a righteous sister in this thing, hey, don't come around me in that day. Okay? Don't fucking come around me or look to my help to get you out of a jam, because I'm gonna walk right past you. Okay? And if you continue to push the issue, hey, then you know what happens from there. Because I ain't gonna lie, man, you know, men are sick and tired of your bullshit, man. And the men in the Lord, we're sick and tired of your bullshit, man. Okay, the men in the Lord, we're ready to see judgment out here. You know, we're ready to see the Lord open up on you people because of your pride and your disrespect towards the Lord's ministry, man. You know, like, what's her name? That chick that caught brain cancer that followed Vocab Malone. Hey, that was a beautiful thing that the Lord sent her ass back to the spirit world. Okay? Her name is, I forgot her name. I was looking at her earlier, but her name is not important. The important part is that the Lord required her spirit. Okay? Because she came against us for this devil Vocab Malone. And ultimately because she believed in a white Jesus, man. And we've been telling you time and time again that Christianity bullshit is going to get a lot of you judged. Okay? Because, hey, Yahweh Shemel Shah's not dealing with that. And this weather is strange as hell, man. It was just pouring down, and all of a sudden, I go like 2 seconds up the damn highway. Now all of a sudden, it's clearing up. Like, it's crazy, man. But nonetheless, man, you are in big trouble. All right? It says here, for many days and years shall you be troubled, ye careless women, for the finish shall fail, and the gathering shall not come. Right? Your child support, your government programs, or your government subsidiaries, okay, your jobs. Because right now, mass layoffs is getting ready to occur. They're talking about November 1st. May be the recalling of the US dollar, because remember back last year, I want to say around November, if I'm not mistaken, they did like a 12-week pilot program to introduce these CBDCs, which stands for central bank digital currency. You see, they started the pilot program, which went online July 1st. And for the most part, you haven't really heard anything about CBDCs in America like that, though you've heard about them in other countries. But they gonna do a test run on that CBDC shit, and they gonna do bank run. They doing bank runs now. Okay, major banks are collapsing. They're talking about Wells Fargo, Bank of America, these big major banks, which was too big to fail, quote unquote. They're basically getting ready to fall. And a lot of you people, you have major banks like Chase, JP Morgan, fucking Wells Fargo, Bank of America. You know, you put your money in these big banks, and when they fail, all your life savings is in these banks, man, and you ain't gonna be able to get your money out. Okay, because the average woman, she don't have $250,000 in the bank, man. And even then, if you do have $250,000 in the bank, you only gonna get $2,500 of that shit back. So a lifetime of savings gone with the instant of a second, man. Okay, just take one falsified cyber attack or a grid outage or some type of bank run for them to wipe all your money out, and then everything you've ever worked for, including OnlyFans or sex workers, Everything you've worked for is gone within a blink of an eye. Then what you gonna do? That pride gonna come down because now you're gonna be crying. You're gonna be looking for men to come back to your aid, and you're gonna realize that the reality of it is you were never independent to begin with. And then you burnt your bridges with it. And that's one thing about you black nigga women, man. You are the most dumbest race of women on the planet Earth, because you're the only race of women that burnt their bridges with their men that you're gonna have to really face when all hell break loose. See, the Edomite woman, though she's a fucking, she's a demon, she's a devil, okay, she's a fluke like no other, but see, she wasn't dumb enough to burn her bridges completely with our men like you dumbass black women did. You know what I'm saying? You burnt your fucking bridges with your men to the point your own men don't even want to see you or deal with you no more, man. Jake is like, fuck you, man. We going overseas to get women. So you think Jake is gonna come to your defense when you have them pack of men and martial law troops that's ready to take what's in between your legs, man, and take you and your children? You think the average Jake man is gonna come to your defense? Hell no, they not gonna come to your defense, man. You think the cops gonna come to your defense? Hell no, the cops ain't gonna come to your defense, because the cops, they gotta defend their own families, man. So hey, you could kiss 911 goodbye, man. They're not dealing with that shit no more. You know, so hey, you can kiss your ass goodbye, Keisha, man. You're through. The Lord has set you up in a perfect trick bag. Because what it tells you, Micah 7:10, it says, then she that is my enemy shall see it, and shame shall cover her, which said unto me, where's the coming of thy God? Or where's the Lord thy power? It says, behold, my eyes should behold her. Now she should be trodden down like the mire of the streets. Hey, so there you go. And a lot of your men are gonna war. They're gonna get shipped off to fight this World War III. A lot of them gonna die playing Captain Saberhose, because don't get it twisted, you are gonna have a group of men out here that's gonna be stupid, and they're gonna try to defend Keisha right into their death, man. Okay, because one thing about you simps, Keisha don't give a damn about you niggas, man. Okay, she just like you because you enable her, and you a soft target. But she don't give a damn about you, man. Keisha don't respect simps, man. Keisha barely respects real men, but she knows who to pull shit on, man. So hey, you can forget about it, bro. All right, Zechariah 14:2. It says, for I will gather all nations against Jerusalem to battle. And it says, in a city that should be taken, and the houses rifled, and the women ravished, and half the city should go forth into captivity. Right, man. And it says ravish. And that word ravish goes into what you mean to grape. Okay, when you ravish somebody, that means you taking that shit against their will. Okay, which grape means to seize. But in this case, they're gonna literally violate your ass, man. Okay, they're gonna take you, and they're gonna put you in a fucking dungeon, and they're gonna take it as often as they want to take it. Okay, so nobody's gonna be there to come to your aid or your defense, man. And don't think about coming to the men of the Lord, because the men of the Lord have warned you. We've prophesied, we've told you. We said, look, this is the result of your behaviors. Hey, the Lord is gonna bring judgment on the 2/3, and we're getting ready to see that. Okay, all types of black women are getting killed out here. You know, like in Kansas City, I don't even know if they caught it, but you had an active serial killer in this particular area where I'm driving in now, and he lived like way like in the like far north city, some goddamn where, and he was coming out here on Truce Avenue and Prospect and killing black women, man, as young as 18 years old. You know, he'll do what he do and he'll kill their ass, man. Having bitches trapped up in the basement, you know, dismembering them. It's crazy. You know, a lot of these stories ain't even being reported no more because it's such common now. But ain't nobody putting a lookout for you black women, man, and just you women in general. You know, like out there in California, I think they're talking about doing some type of Amber Alert because so many black women are coming up missing. Well, hey, you put yourself out there. You a boss bitch. You a queen. You know, you a bad bitch. You know, you all these things. You independent. You a OnlyFans model. You know, you swindling niggas out of money that technically you didn't earn, and this is your result of it. So, hey, I don't feel bad for you. I don't feel bad for any of you motherfuckers, man. You know, because for one thing, you're not doing the deeds of the Heavenly Father. You know, you're not doing the will of the Father by finding you a man and submitting to him and shutting your goddamn mouth when you're told to. See, a lot of you will have a lot less trouble if you learn how to shut your goddamn mouth, okay? Everything doesn't require a response. And you're going to know what it means in a very short while of what shutting the fuck up really means. You know? I remember, man, my demon I was dealing with, I remember we got lost. Well, we didn't get lost. Technically, we went off grid. Well, we kind of did get lost because, like, when you go to like the Ozarks and shit, you got like 20 different ways to get there. And every time you use a GPS, it takes you a different route every time. I kid you not. I don't remember one way of getting to the Ozarks. I remember one particular way, but every way is different. So the phone died, or no, the phone didn't die. We went into a blind spot. So the GPS literally didn't work for like 30, 40 minutes. So before, you know, I think we wasn't like arguing or nothing like that, but you know, she was saying something, and then all of a sudden the GPS go out. So then I was like, so since you know you just all this person, right? I'm like, why don't you go ahead and find us a way back to the highway so we get to the crib? She couldn't do nothing but shut the fuck up. And she looked at me like, well, I guess, you know, you got to get us back to where we need to be. And if I didn't know my sense of direction, we would have been lost. Probably lynched on the Edomite farm some goddamn well. But luckily the Lord was with us. Well, with me, I would say, for me to find my way and navigate my way back on the road, because I remember landmarks. It's one thing when you're driving over the road, it's always good to remember certain landmarks, even highways. If you know that it's going to take you 3 different highways to get to the state of Illinois, remember where those internet or those highways connect and interconnect. That way you know where to go. And if you understand basic directions of north, east, south, and west, typically you wouldn't have any problems, because, I mean, it's really hard to get lost in Babylon today. Let's face it. Everything connects. So even if you do get lost, you're going to end up somewhere that's going to put you back on track. But basically, man, I was like, yeah, she shut the fuck up real quick. You know what I'm saying? She was like, I ain't saying nothing. I was like, you damn right. But you would think little lessons like that would compel them to just do what they're supposed to do. But of course, they get back proud. You know, they talk shit. They feel entitled because, like I said, they've been enabled. But it's coming to a time that your mouths are going to get stopped permanently, man. Okay? Because you're going to need men in this very day to see you through, especially men of the Lord, man. Okay, like Apostle Tara said, he said, look, women are going to be lining up to be protected by a male in that day, man. Okay, and what's going to happen is that a lot of you simps, a lot of you beta men, a lot of you men that's been straddling in the fence, a lot of you niggas out there, you going to get wiped out. You're going to get dropped off the map, because a lot of you going to go get drafted to this war. And a lot of you, most of you, you're going to die. I'll put it to you this way. You go to World War III, you're going to die. Okay, unless the Lord just have acceptable amount of mercy on your ass to not put you to death, and you somehow, some way, you of the elect, and somehow got sent over there, you're going to be destroyed. But I don't see no elect being shipped over to fight World War III. And even if brothers get draft letters, they ain't going to go to the war. The Lord going to preserve us from that bullshit, man. You know what I'm saying? And I already got in my mindset, look, nigga, your letter getting torn. I ain't never got your letter. I don't know what you're talking about. And then fuck it, arrest us. Shit, because we know in game any goddamn way. I'll spend a couple of weeks or months in jail because, hey, once this chip get passed and you go to the Middle East and fight this war, which they already starting it now, you literally got mere seconds before your ass is blown out of the fucking world, man. So, hey, lock us up. We don't give a shit. You know, we ain't got nothing to lose at this point, brothers. You know, and that's the mindset I'm in. Like, we know end game. So, hey, I'll spend a couple of weeks or months in jail for not fighting your fucking war, because you going down any goddamn way, man. You know? That's why the scriptures say, hey, be ye thou faithful unto death, and I will give you a crown of life, man. Because ain't nothing they can threaten us with, you see. But anyway, long story short, a lot of you men are going to go to the Middle East, and you're going to get destroyed in World War III. A lot of you going to be put to death on the streets of America when what do you call them, the class riots come, or the class wars come, the race wars come. A lot of you going to get gunned down by each other. A lot of you going to form packs and groups and bonds and go on prowls, you know, and loot and rob, you know, basically more waters. And then a lot of you gonna turn on each other and you gonna kill each other, man. So you women, you really gonna be stripped of all type of protection, because you outnumber men 7-1. And if you ain't of the elect and you in the swords of America, you're gonna die. So that just leaves you to be without defense anyway. So, hey, you gonna be right pickings. So, hey, shit, take it with a grain of salt, take it light, however you gonna take it. But hey, we know what the Lord said, man. All right. 2 Edges 16:33, for virgins should mourn having no bridegrooms, and the women should mourn having no husbands. Right. There's gonna be a scarcity of men out here. Okay. And the men of the Lord are gonna be the only men that's standing. Okay. But even then, we not just conjoining ourselves to anybody. Okay. We ain't just gonna say, oh, you could come with me, baby, because you got a fat ass, you got some nice looking hips, you know, you got some pretty feet, you got some nice braid of hair. You ain't coming with us off the strength of that, man. You know, you coming off the strength of the Lord allows it. And if you are really in your right mindset, and a lot of you just gonna get cold fucked up into putting in submission, man. You know, like, you know, brothers always say, they said a lot of 9 times out of 10, your main woman ain't even gonna be with you in that day. But even then, you brothers that got main women, they gonna have to get fucked up so they can know how to other. Look, she gonna have to be made the example out of, man. She wanna be the head woman in charge. She gotta get put in order, man, so them other women can fear. Cause I'd be damned if I had 7 or 8 women with me and my main bitch is acting like a demon. She gonna get fucked up in front of them other women so they can know. You know what I'm saying? And then put her ass in timeout for 3 weeks. Look, bitch, I ain't feeding you. You only eat 1 meal a day. And I give your ass a glass of water and I give your ass barely a plate of food so you can know not to buck up. And if you don't like it, you can go out there and fend for yourself. See how well she deal with that. She can't deal with it. She gonna break down and cry. You know? She's gonna be hurt. Her pride is gonna be broken. So, hey, you ain't got nothing, you women out there, you ain't got nothing to look forward to but shutting the fuck up and coming under a man or death. That's it. That's your only 2 options. You serve Yahweh Shai through a man of the Lord by shutting your goddamn mouth and doing what's required of you, or you're just gonna fucking die. All right, them the only 2 options you got at this point. And majority of you, you're gonna result to latter option B. Most of you gonna die. Okay? So with that, all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh Shai. And with that, Shalom and Abba Shalom.